Hi, my name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, and welcome to a special subset of SkipperWing Draws a Thing, process videos for the Crimson Fly animated comic strip. Today's strip, issue 3, strip number 35. So, what was nice about this strip was that it was actually a little bit of a break, as far as the workflow goes, from last week's Action Fest. With minimal character animation, and, well, it was just slower. Which was great, because I actually ended up finishing this one 3 days early, which is nice, because then I can get to work on issue 36. Issue 36. Strip number 36. In theory, anyway. I'm probably going to end up only getting the script done, and maybe the thumbnails if I'm lucky. So, yeah. What's actually interesting about the illustration for this strip in this story compared to the other ones is that now that everything's on fire, I hope you can tell that's fire. Now that everything's on fire, then there's actually a lot of details in background. Sort of. I cheated. I used the fire to obscure where everything actually is taking place. But the catch to backgrounds I found, or at least for me personally as an artist, is that I tend to render backgrounds with the same amount of detail as I do with the characters, which results in the characters getting lost in the background. And I haven't figured out a way in my line work to rectify that, so I cheat. I'm a cheating cheater, and I actually lower the opacity of the line work for the backgrounds, so that way they don't the characters don't get lost in the background. And I can use the characters as focal points, as you can see in panel 3, where both of the characters are saturated black. Well, all 3 of the characters are saturated black, but the backgrounds are desaturated gray. So yeah, artist weaknesses, and I'm working to overcome them. As for the fire is both easy and hard. It's easy in that if all you want to do is just the general shape of the fire, you just draw the general shape of the fire. If you're attempting to give it some sort of detail, well, that's where it gets a little bit more difficult. Fire, like most elements in nature, is random and spontaneous. There's general shapes and guides for it, but there's no specific shape. Not like drawing a tree or a building or a house. So the best way to do it is to actually learn and observe it, which I didn't do. I just pulled it from memory, which results in my fires having shadows inside their fire. Great, huh? And actually, that's a great segue into the main animation of this particular strip. Fire animation, specifically special effects animation. And that's a problem because I am primarily a character animator. Not to specify, but there are different kinds of animation that you can specialize in. Character animation, where you're animating characters moving, punching, kicking, talking, etc. Special effects animation, such as lightning, fire, water, wind, that sort of thing. And even, well, those are the 2 main ones, and that's really what we're going to stick to. So, primarily, I am by trade a character animator. I like making characters move rather than special effects. So, this one was a little bit of a challenge because I haven't drawn fire in a while. I've never animated fire. Or at least, never in a capacity that I would consider professional. So, it was a bit of a learning curve. Fortunately, I found a tutorial online about animating fire, which suggested breaking it down into one central shape of which the flames radiate off of, and then several smaller shapes that are the energy of the fire dissipating in the air. And that was really helpful. You're never going to be a master at anything. And you're never too old or too professional to learn from somebody else. And so that's what I did. I didn't know how to animate fire, so I went up and looked up a tutorial on it, and I used that in a sort of quick stop save gap for learning how to animate fire. I said fire a lot in this video. But yeah, that's the lesson takeaway. You're never too old to learn something new. Too old. And that's it for today's video. If you want to see this strip in its true format, please click the links in the annotations and cards. If you're new, please like and subscribe for more content. This is Colin SkipperWing Bird signing out. I'll catch you peeps later.